Hey everyone, so welcome back to my episode. I got a co-host. His name is Anthony. I'm the creator from Master Screen Prints. And go ahead, Anthony.
Absolutely. What's up, everybody? You heard it. I'm Anthony. I'm here to just keep the vibes rolling, and we're about to dive into a little bit of that master screen prints journey, talking about that side hustle life. So let's get into it and let's have some fun.
I gotcha. And Anthony has some very difficult question for me today, regarding little bit of how I started, and basically what am I doing today, and what are my goals.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to hit you with the real talk. We're basically going to go into the origin story, like you're a superhero of the side hustle world. So we'll chat about how you got started, what made you take that first leap, and then we'll just roll into what your day to day looks like, and of course, where you're heading. So it's going to be fun. We'll keep it conversational. And, just imagine we're sitting in the barbershop chairs, just kicking it, and everybody's listening in. All right, let's do it. So let's kick it off with that origin story. I'm going to toss it right to you and say, all right, tell us what got you into the whole master screen prints game. What made you say, hey, I'm going to start doing this and hustling on the side? And from there, we'll just let you roll into it and I'll keep the conversation flowing.
So when I started decorating shirts for my kids originally. It wasn't something that I intended to do a side hustle, or even thought about even making content. So I started to preserve some of my kids' drawings and making them into T-shirts and making it more memorable, making more feeling for them. And so that's how I got into decorating apparel. But yeah, that's how I got started.
Man, I love that. See, that's exactly the kind of origin story that just makes this feel real, right? Like you didn't even plan to turn it into a hustle. You were just trying to be a super cool parent, turning your kids' drawings into these wearable memories. And then, boom, before you know it, you're like, wait a minute, I got something here. So that's awesome. And I think a lot of people listening are going to totally vibe with that because it's like, hey, you can start something from a really personal place and it grows into a side hustle. So I love it, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, and in 2016, well, a little bit before that, but really in 2016 is when people started hitting me up, asking me for shirts, asking me for stuff for them, and I didn't know how to price the shirts. So I started going to conventions, I started going to impressions, started meeting other people that also did t-shirts, started getting ideas for them. And of course, at first I was losing a lot of money. I mean, to a point that I was doing one or two shirts screen printing, and I was wasting, selling these shirts for like 25, $30, when I was wasting for the whole setup like about 65 to $80. And one time I even did two color process shirt, and I sold it for $35. And that was a big loss, because I got two screens. So my mistakes, I'm bringing it out to you guys. Again, I did it so I can learn, but at the same time, be careful what how much you're spending, and what's it worth it. And when I really learned about super color back in 2022, and it was like during COVID era, because I was working, I was coming back and forth to work, but I also I had more time because the freeways were clear. I was home faster in 15 minutes, so I was able to uh, be on my phone and research more about the t-shirt industry. And I started to get to know a little bit more about supercolor, and then I started utilizing that instead of having a bunch of screens, and it helped a lot, and it continues to do so.
Yeah, man, that's such a like classic journey, right? Like you start off and you're like, okay, I'm making these shirts. Then you realize, wait a second, how do I not lose money doing this? And you go out and learn from all the other folks in the industry. And I think that's a perfect example for anyone listening who's like, hey, it's not all smooth sailing. You learned, you had a couple of those, two screen mishaps where you're like, oh man, I'm selling this shirt for 35, but it's costing me 80. but then you pivot, you learn something new like super puller or whatever else makes your life easier, and you just kind of grow from there. So that's awesome, man. It's all part of the hustle, and I think it makes for a great story.
Yeah. So and then in that so like I said, I was still working, and then I was doing Uber on the side, and all the income that I was getting for Uber was putting it back into my t-shirt business. Buying, at first I was just buying screens, paint and stuff like that. Now I'm just buying transfers, t-shirts, banners, things, decorations for my car to make it stand out. People to approach me for t-shirts, and I get business cards, and I try to interact with different people, to of course promote my business. And I tell them, oftentimes, if they don't buy, at least follow me to support. There's different ways to support.
Absolutely, man. And that's exactly the kind of like hustle story that people love to hear because you're reinvesting that Uber money right back into the dream. And it's like you're decorating your car, you're handing out business cards, you're telling people, hey, even if you don't buy, just give me a follow and support me in some way. And I think that's really relatable, right? Because you're kind of building this little community around what you're doing and you're just grinding it out. So I love that. And I think that's going to be super inspiring for anyone listening who's kind of on that same path.
Yeah, so again, I'm gonna end it with this, and I appreciate you joining, Anthony, for helping me interact and show a little bit, conversate with the people, my viewers. Again, this is Jose from Master Screen Prints, Big Dog Hustle. If you want one of these hats, I'm gonna leave a link if you want it, and if you're in the hustle and you're an entrepreneur, you're wanting to get there, go ahead and reach me, and we'll do a podcast just like this.
Absolutely, man. And hey, it's been a blast co hosting this little Tatcher with you. So, for everybody listening, you heard Jose. You know where to find him if you're on that hustle journey, you want to chat, you want to hop on the podcast, definitely hit him up. And thanks for having me, man. This was fun. We'll do it again.